So good evening to everyone. It's Tuesday again. It's 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 o'clock in beautiful Guyana, whether you're listening or watching out in Berbice, Sesaculver, Demerara. Welcome. It's Let's Chat on Guyanese Owned Businesses. We're broadcasting live on Facebook, and I'll be sharing this video to our YouTube channel, Guyanese Owned Businesses, right after we complete it today. So thank you again for your support as always, and welcome to another edition. As you can tell, I have another guest with me tonight, and tonight my guest is Miss Akeela Hossain. She's a senior travel consultant based in the Toronto area, but doesn't matter where you're at, you can always reach out to her. And I gotta say, welcome, Akeela, and thank you so much for joining me tonight.
Hi, Wazim. Good evening. Good evening to all. Thank you for having me tonight.
No problem. I just want to pick your brain. I want to pick your
Sure,
brain on a lot of things. But first off,
sure.
just a quick introduction to the viewers. For those of them who are watching now, and then we have a lot of folks that do view the video after. So please go ahead with introduction of yourself. I know you're from Guyana, obviously. So just a quick little insight on that.
Yes, thanks. I am from Guyana. I've been here for quite a long time in Canada, in the Toronto area mainly. I've been in travel for 42 years. I've done corporate travel and leisure travel within those 42 years, and I've also worked for 6 of those years in the US market. I represent a company called Travelpoint Enterprises. We've got two branches, one in Richmond Hill, which is our head office, and the branch office I work out of is out of Stouffville. So I am independent. I work out of my home, and you have all my contact information there that Wasm has put up. And
Yes.
yes, and that's it. Just enjoying my role as a travel agent and happy to talk about it anytime.
Yeah, 42 years. I just got a few folks logging in. Rishi Singlet would like to say he's under 42, but we all know he's over 42. Good night to you, Rishi.
Hi,
You've
Rishi.
been you've been doing this for a while, Akila. And
Yes,
what type of destination and vacations like do you specialize in?
I actually do everything. I like to say we sell the world as travel agents. We
Yeah.
create dreams. We make dreams happen pretty much, which is, my ultimate pleasure is to hear clients tell me that they had a great time when they returned from their vacation. Also, when I did corporate travel, that was very challenging too, in its own right. Corporate travel is quite different, but
Hmm.
in the end, when clients return from their trip, all you want to hear is everything went smoothly, and that is what my goal is each time I book a client or a group or a family. You want to um, make sure they get the product that they expected.
Oh, okay. And you mentioned you work from home. You have a couple of
I do.
offices. And for the folks joining in, she mentioned her office and head office is just outside of Toronto. If you're not familiar with Stouffville, it's just minutes outside of Toronto. So I got to welcome everyone else logging in. We'll get to the comments if you got any travel questions related to any time you're booking a trip, you're looking ahead at something. Just drop it in the comments, and Akil will do her best to answer that. So, Akila, how do you stay updated on travel trends and destination changes?
And people that know me personally, I'm on Facebook and Instagram night and day. I'm sort of a night owl. I'm always up looking,
Yeah,
seeking information, learning. I keep connected with my BDMs for hotels and tour operators as much as possible, and airlines as well. What we also do is a lot of webinars and a lot of familiarization trips or FAM trips is what we call them, which is when the supplier will invite us to a destination to enjoy it the way um, our clients would want to enjoy it, to show us different things, let us experience these things so we can come back and recommend,
yeah.
these amazing adventures to our clients, and hopefully, they go ahead and they book their tours and so on as recommended by travel agents.
That's good. That's good to hear. For the folks out there that's watching now and will be viewing later, you heard that. So Akeela's getting the first hand. This is now you're going to Google and Google your vacation. You're going to be speaking to someone that's been there, done that, had their food, seen their accommodation, and they can suggest options for you. So, and
Absolutely.
that's when you're dealing with a professional, right? And that's the difference. We're gonna get into that a little later in the conversation. Just want to highlight that. So once again, welcome to everyone just logging on the Guyanese Own Businesses page. And if you haven't done so, please go to YouTube and follow us. I'll upload the video. I'm working on doing a live on YouTube and Facebook simultaneously in the future, but it's a work in progress. I'll update you guys on that. But again, we're speaking to Miss Akeela Hossain, just outside of Toronto. She's been uh, travel agent, senior travel consultant for 42 years plus. So no better person to talk about travel than Akeela here tonight here on Let's Chat. And what service do you provide beyond booking flights and accommodations? I know you touch a little bit on
Yeah.
stuff, but can you get into details on that?
Sure. I mean, I'm available to my clients 24/7. And as I said, I am a night owl. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if I know clients are having a difficult travel day, I will stay up very late if I have to make sure that they've arrived at destination and they're safely
Wow.
checked into their hotel. Their comfort is my greatest joy to
Yeah.
know that they're okay where I sent them. So yes, clients can call me anytime. I'm available. Just that's about it. I never get upset when someone calls me in the middle of the night because I know
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
a reason why they're calling. They either are stuck at a destination, they can't check into their hotel, whatever. They can't get their car rental.
Yeah.
They're having difficulties, so I'm there to intervene and assist wherever I can and whenever I can.
Good to hear. And that's dedication. That sounds like dedication, and you know exactly what you're doing. You've been doing it for a number of years, and customer satisfaction is always top priority, correct?
That's number one.
It's number one. And since you know how since the COVID time, it's a little hard. Economy is taking a turn the opposite way that we wanted it to be. So, how can you help travelers like stick to a budget and meeting with their travel needs? How do you do that?
Well, it's a case by case because someone will come to me and say, "I only want this," but then here's the reason why I only want this, and then
Hmm.
it will not match because then I can introduce them to another way of doing things, which will accommodate their needs better than how they originally had thought.
Oh, okay. And Akila, I
So,
just got a comment
for
just before you go on. In the comment section here on Facebook, Mr. Cecil Harry Charan. Good night to you, Cecil. Thank you for viewing again. He said, "Do you have any recommendations for all-inclusive golfing vacations?"
I certainly do. Harry, you can send me an email, please, or
Hmm.
put your contact in the chat, or give it to Wazim if you choose, and I will send you that information right away. I just need to have some qualifying questions for you before I can recommend certain trips. So
Awesome.
that's something I
You
can
heard that,
work on
Cecil?
for you.
Thank you, Akila. Sorry for cutting there. I just wanted to get to the comment before I lose it. And that's good insight there for Cecil Harry Turan. And happy belated birthday to Cecil. He just celebrated his birthday last week. He was in Orlando, I believe, with
Oh,
the
happy
guys. So
birthday.
yeah, yeah. I'll be speaking to Cecil's brother, Sunil, next week, the owner of Island Mix Restaurant in the Toronto area. He's got a couple locations, so I'll be speaking to him. And yeah, we're getting back on to how you help travelers, you mentioned, to stick to their budget and their travel preferences. And do
Yes.
you, do you recommend travel insurance, and what does it
Oh,
typically
yeah.
cover?
That is an absolute must for me. And I mean, as agents, we're taught to always offer insurance. And sure, it's an extra, it's profits for an agent. However,
Hmm.
it's so important because if you don't have insurance, medical insurance especially, and you go to a destination, something happens, you wind up in the hospital, Some places, hospitals, clinics will not let you leave the premises until your bill is paid. If you don't have
Okay.
insurance, that could cause a lot of grief and stress on a family. It happened to my brother, okay? But luckily, I sold him insurance. Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah, so with insurance, we sell Manulife insurance, and it's an excellent product here in Canada. With them, you never have to pay out of pocket. You call them right away. As soon as something happens, an injury occurs, you call them right away, you open a
Yeah.
claim. They tell you where to go, which clinics or hospitals to go to, and they will take care of everything. They will pay the clinic or hospital. It's worry free. Now, you have to be careful out there, please, because not all insurance companies are the same. The ones that make you pay out of pocket are the ones to be careful with, and those are usually the cheaper priced um,
Mm-hmm.
insurances. So you have to really do your homework. I can provide all the information needed based on Manulife insurance policies. We have all-inclusive policies which cover for flight accident, trip cancellation, flight cancellation, emergency medical, baggage, everything that's all
Yeah.
inclusive. Yeah, so, and then, if you have a flight, we can sell you just a flight only, we sell you trip cancellation or whatever your needs are. There's an insurance product for
Oh,
you.
okay. Okay, so I know you mentioned your availability while you have your clients traveling is 24/7, and if any issues arise, is there anything that pops up at you that you had to deal with in the past with a client of yours booking a vacation or a trip and something popped up and you had to jump online maybe late at night or something and deal with it?
There are a few, yes. I mean, just recently, I had clients who were traveling to Turks and Caicos, and Air Canada canceled their 8:30 a.m. flight. Flight did not leave until 5:30 p.m. and was mechanical. And I had to deal with two seniors texting me and calling me from the airport. Luckily, well, unfortunately, the airline only compensated them with $15 vouchers to get something to eat. Um, and I'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
But
Okay, okay.
but I mean, being available to listen to clients that are in en route with difficulties, and being able to assist with either a phone call or whatever to a tour operator. I mean, in their case, they just had to sit and wait till Air Canada decided to depart.
Oh, okay.
And as I said, it was mechanical. So, when they say that, then there's really nothing to be
Yeah.
done. But then I also have had clients like in the business world, in business travel. Um, I once had an executive who had such difficulty getting to his destination as well that I stayed up probably near midnight to just to hear his voice, that he's checked into his hotel, and that's all I
Yes.
wanted to know, and then I could sleep. So I mean, the thing about being available to your clients is so important to me.
Yes. Yes, it is. It is. And clients appreciate that and they'll keep coming back to you because of the service and the dedication on your end to their travel. And people are traveling vacation. It costs a lot and you never know how long they're saving for, right? So they want to make that special. That's one of the reasons, I guess. Well, I know for a fact that you should be dealing with a professional when you're investing this much
That's right.
into something special. Yeah.
We had an instance just recently this week of a client at the office, my manager's client, who had booked a package or hotel with a German company. She didn't know who she was booking with online, and something happened and she had to cancel. So she came into our office to ask for our help as travel agents. I mean, so my manager told her right away, never book online, especially when it's dealing with a foreign company.
Yeah, yeah.
We have our own suppliers here that we deal with, reliable suppliers in the Canadian market that we have to stick with, and they're protected by TICO when
Mhm.
we book, suppliers that are based in Ontario.
Can
TICO
you can
Travel
you
Industry
uh
Council.
can you elaborate a little more on Tico for those of the viewers that
Yes,
don't know what
yes.
Tico is, please?
So if you live in Ontario, we are protected by Travel Industry Council of Ontario. So basically, if a tour operator goes under, you're protected. They get you your money back, whatever, your refunds. You're just, you know, if Air Canada Vacations goes under, you're protected because you purchased your travel from an Ontario registered travel agent and agency.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that. And once again, it's 60 minutes past the hour. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in to another edition of Let's Chat here in the Guyanese Own Business page. As I said, we're live on Facebook. We'll be uploading the video onto YouTube. So please go over to YouTube and follow us there. We also have a website, www.guyaneseownedbusinesses.com. And you can reach out to me directly to get your business spotlight for free, highlight your business services, just like Akeela is here tonight having a conversation with me. Maybe one night it could be you highlighting your business. Info@guyaneseownedbusinesses.com, or you can WhatsApp me 647-400-3046 to be part of this program or just have your business highlighted on the page. And we're speaking to Akeela Hossain tonight, senior travel consultant, been doing this for over 40 years. You can see her information is on screen, akeela.travel@rogers.com. Send an email, or you can send a message or give her a call, 416-274-5285, to book that next special destination vacation. As Cecil was just inquiring about golf trips. So anything you're traveling, any vacation type, wedding, anniversary, just going out with a group, or traveling on your own to Orlando, to anywhere in the world, just reach out to Akeela at akeela.travel@rogers.com. So, Akeela, are you familiar with any travel trends or destinations that might be popular soon or coming up since it's the time of the year, getting out of winter into spring?
Um, Travel trends. A lot of people are going off the grid. Especially you have some single ladies, single even gentlemen. They
Mm,
want to get away, to just completely off the grid,
hmm.
disconnect. That's becoming more and more popular, as well as ladies groups, women's groups, or that ladies that want to travel with a group of other ladies, that just for the security and making new friends and so on. There's also people tend to travel, or they're learning now more, rather than traveling in peak seasons, to
Oh,
travel
okay.
off season. So in the spring, for example, to Europe, when it gets really, really hot in July and August,
Hmm.
you're going to avoid the crowds and the higher prices if you travel in the springtime or the fall months. So spring, May, June, early July, sorry, April, May, June,
Yeah.
early June, and then again September, October, early November. Those are usually generally the cheaper times to travel, and less crowds, with especially in Europe, less
Yeah.
crowds and more comfortable way of enjoying your trip. There are lots of trends going on, and then you also have nature trips that a lot of people are getting
Yeah.
into nature, and they want to explore the world and so on. So those nature trips are becoming more popular as well.
Oh, okay. I got Miss Vanita from Starlight Jewelry is on the chain. Good night to you out there in Long Island, Miss Vanita. She's got a question for you, Akila. Do you offer cruise packages?
I do, yes, I do.
Oh, okay.
Vanita, drop me an email, please, with your dates and so on. I'll be glad to look into it for you.
Nice. You heard that, Vanita. And for those of you there looking into cruises, yeah, get in touch with Miss Akeela Hossain at akeela.travel@rogers.com or 416-274-5285. If you're just joining, welcome. And thank you so much for the support here on this platform, Guyanese Owned Businesses. And we continue. We're speaking to Miss Akeela, obviously. Good night to everyone that's tuning in. I can see a few businesses, a few persons that have had a conversation with in the past just logging in. So good night to each and every one of you, wherever you might be
Hi,
viewing us
everyone.
from. Yes, and I'm just gonna get into. I know it's Guyanese own businesses. We always touch on this. Travel to Guyana. Do you book
Yes.
travel? Are you aware of any? Can you speak on that a little bit for us?
I certainly do. I mean, in the past, when I worked in New York, I actually worked for an agency that specialized in group travel. Like we
Mm,
used to do all the carnivals and so on down to the islands. So Guyana was one of the destinations where we put
mm,
hundreds of people on planes, sent them off to Carnival. We did Trinidad Carnival, Grenada, Antigua, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, all of those carnivals. So,
yeah.
very, very experienced with travel to Guyana. And also, with regards to tours and so on to Guyana, they're becoming more and more popular. I just believe that the tourism the tourism office in Guyana, they're constantly trying to improve the product and working on things like safety,
Hmm.
transportation, accommodation, and so on. So um, that is going to be pretty big coming in the near future, I believe. With tours like people traveling for complete tours to Guyana.
Yeah.
So um, tours, hotels, whatever, bus trips, that all that I believe is going to be developed very well in the near future.
Oh, okay.
Well,
And
I'm
I know
hoping.
on yeah, yeah, me too. I'm hoping so. I'm seeing on social media, especially like Facebook, that there's a lot of really nice resorts in Guyana now popping
Yes,
up.
yes. Hotels are coming on board. A lot
Yeah.
of American hotels are of course. Um, every couple of weeks I hear of a new hotel, but yeah, it's developing nicely. I'm really happy with how things are going. But I um, I do like to stress on safety, so it's so important to me that
Hmm.
that transportation, boats, whatever it is that they use to take tourists around that are up to standards, and so that's something just to watch and see.
Okay, what's your most so just a question, what's your most popular destination you see from Torontonians traveling to the Caribbean? What's the most popular Caribbean destination and why you think so?
Yeah, but well, everybody loves Jamaica. It's
Mm,
been very popular, but very expensive in the last few years because of all the new products coming into Jamaica. Very lots of new hotels. Also, the usual Mexico has always been popular with Canadians, and then Cuba as well has always been popular. Dominican, those are the very popular ones. So, as far as the other islands, I'd like to see more Canadian interest in certain islands, like for example,
yeah,
Bermuda, Anguilla. Uh, Places like that. Even Barbados is popular too, because some of these islands, they're daily flights as well. So um,
yes,
it's convenient. So Jamaica, Barbados, they all have daily flights. Mexico, uh, you know. So, but as countries and islands develop, and they're adding more and more hotels and with all the bells and whistles, you'll see prices raising. But if you book again in off-peak season, in the low season, then you're bound to get some deals. And
yeah,
the thing about travel with in terms of traveling with family with kids, July and August usually it's low season, it's rainy season, hurricane season between June and November. But July and
okay,
August, the prices usually go up a bit because that's when the kids are off school and that's when
yes.
families can really travel. So you'll find the tour operators will take advantage of that situation and raise their prices a little bit. But again, traveling off season, you can get some good deals.
Oh, okay. So just a question. I know Vanita said she's going to reach out to you on the cruise packages. You're based
Sure.
out of Toronto. So let's say a few folks here are in the US, in any state, and they reach out to you. You could accommodate them, right?
Of
Book
course,
their.
yeah,
Okay. So there's
I
no
can.
restrictions on that.
No restrictions at all. But if you're in Ontario, I would, yeah, with regards to Tico, I will always book. If you live in Ontario, I will always book you a tour operator based in Ontario. So
Okay.
all the
Okay.
major tour operators, Sunwing Vacations, WestJet Vacations, Air Canada Vacations, Transat Holidays. There's also travel brands. There's a ton of them. Um,
Yeah.
Trafalgar Tours, Colette Tours, lots that to choose from based on what you really want to do, where you want to go.
Oh, okay, okay. And I know you do a lot of group bookings
Yes.
and a lot of you said corporate bookings, so that's more high end, catered to lot pricier. What would be one of the most popular destination for like a corporate event that companies taking their employees out?
Um, well, if they're incentive trips, they pretty much go everywhere.
Okay,
We do trips to Sandals Resorts for maybe 5 nights, 4 or 5
okay.
nights. A lot of the corporations they do 4 or 5 nights because
Yeah.
then the employees can take their spouse,
Mm-hmm.
um, and it's cheaper for them. Uh, it's really open, like as far as that goes.
Oh, okay. And you mentioned Bermuda and Anguilla earlier. Is there a lot of flights going out from, let's say, Toronto Pearson? Is there a lot of flights in the week, or is this once a
No,
week?
not daily, but
Okay,
and Anguilla would be connecting flights, so that could be a deterrent as well. But I mean, we can
okay.
get you there
Yeah, yeah.
with some careful planning, coordinating flights properly, and where there's not a lot of connecting time, waiting, sitting at an airport in transit. So
Yeah.
all of that I look at. And I never book, if you have to take a connecting flight, I never ever book a flight that connects less than 2 hours.
Okay.
So anything over 2 hours, 3 hours, I will book.
Okay, good insight, good info on that. And as we continue the conversation, 27 minutes after the hour of 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock Eastern
Mhm.
time, 27 minutes after 8 back in Guyana. So for those of you in Guyana that is looking in here, thank you so much for tuning in. I know a lot of folks usually watch. Oh, I'm going to get to this next question. So a lot of folks usually watch the rebroadcast on Facebook. Now we have a YouTube channel. It's Guyanese Own Businesses. Please go ahead, subscribe to the channel. It's free. I've uploaded all the videos the other night. I just created the channel last week, and I'm gonna be adding Akeela's interview right after we're completed here. So you can view it on the YouTube channel, or you can view it right here on Facebook at any time. So I was gonna get into this, Akeela. This just came to me just before I got on. We coming up to CPL season in Guyana or the Caribbean. CPL is one of the busiest for cricket. And Cecil is saying, how a T20 cricket package trip to few of the islands in Guyana this September. How about that? Is that something you can coordinate? Is that something you can get
Sure,
done? Yeah.
sure. Just get cracking early. Don't wait till last minute. Take advantage of
Mm-hmm.
the lower fares. Yeah, definitely.
Yes, yes. And Anil, thank you for that. So those of you that follow the page, Guyanese Own Businesses, the page that we're broadcasting live, please leave a review, an honest review. I don't care if it's bad or something, just an honest review. I just need to build the page. Just an honest review of what you think the platform is doing and what you'd like to see changes. If there's any improvement, something we're not doing right, just let us know. Drop a comment in there. So the more reviews we're getting, we're trying to make the page more established. We have over 3,200 followers on the page. I'd also like that to grow. And it's just to highlight the businesses. I have an array of different businesses. And so far, this is the last interview for February. We're going to get into March next week. We've had professionals and business owners from different industries and different type of industries across Canada and the US and Guyana. so far businesses. So we're trying to do that. So if you're listening in for the first time, you're watching, or you follow the page and you'd like to reach out, as I said, reach out to me at info@guyaneseownedbusinesses.com or WhatsApp me 647-400-3046. But enough of me and contacting me. It's all about Akeela and her expertise in travel, in being a travel consultant for over 40 years. And Akeela's on screen. We're going to get her to go over all her details in a little bit. She's based just outside Toronto, but as you just heard, she can accommodate anyone from anywhere in the world. Just reach out to her. If she can't do it directly, I'm sure she'll guide you along the right process and the right contacts for that. So speaking about helping out folks, Akeela, you've been doing that. You're always available for your clients. What's your process for handling client feedback or complaints? How do you handle that?
So normally, I mean, usually they'll have a long story to tell what
Good?
happened at destination or wherever at the airport. So
Okay.
first thing I tell them is to write out in an email to me, write down everything that happened, all
Mm-hmm.
details, um, names, times, whatever that will help your claim. Then what I do is I submit that email to the supplier and sit and wait pretty much for an answer because they don't answer these things very quickly.
Yeah.
So a lot of times it'll take me more than a month for me to get answers back, and that's quite normal. But that's what you need to do is to get everything done on paper to me as a
Yes.
travel agent, and that way I can review it for myself to understand exactly what happened or what
Yes.
went wrong, so I can relay it properly to the tour operator or supplier.
Okay. Okay. And it's Anil said, yeah, it's free to advertise your business, guys. It's absolutely free. Whether you're going to be coming on an interview like this, or you just want your business info being posted on the page, which I try to do daily, and just post a different business. I got quite a few businesses on there, and just reach out to me for a conversation. As I said, next week we're going to be speaking to Mr. Sunil Haricharan from the restaurant out in Toronto, Island Mix Restaurant and Bar. The following week, I'll be speaking to Miss Linda and her family from Island Junction Restaurant in Scarborough. And I have a couple, Miss Lolita out in the west side of Toronto. I forgot where she's from now, I think Brantford. Brantford. We'll be talking to her later in the month of March. So I got a few other businesses that has reached out, and we're going to be reaching out to them. And if you think you want to come on here, it's free. You want to sit with me 30 minutes to an hour, we'll schedule. It's coming up to what, 32 minutes after the hour. And Akeela, thank you again for your time and coming on.
No
We got a
problem.
couple more questions with for you, but if for those of you in the on Facebook on the live, if you got any comments or any questions, like we've been going through them, please feel free to drop it now so Keela can answer that for you. And remember, you can contact her at 416-274-5285 or send her an email, Akeela, Akeela dot travel at rogers.com for more information. And yeah, we just got in talking to Akila earlier. If you just joined in the live, welcome. We're talking about the pros and the cons. Well, there's not too much pros of going to Google and going at booking.com and stuff. There's no real person on the other end, right? So if you just want to touch on that a little bit, Akila, just once more, the advantages of booking directly with a travel consultant as opposed to
Sure.
going on Google and booking your vacation.
Sure. Well, the reason why we keep in touch with our BDMs and suppliers and
Hmm.
so on is to build that relationship. And we do it for our clients because when we need to answer questions for clients, we go to them directly. I can pick up a phone to the representative for the island of Grenada. I can pick up a phone right now and say, "Hey, I have a problem. What do you suggest?" Or Sandals Resorts. I have a good relationship with our BDM too. So that's one very good reason to book with a travel agent. We have those connections. We've been trained. We know how to build airfares. We know about taxes. We know how to explain an airline ticket to you. We know we just understand the way things work. Your computer will only book what you press, right? Will only book what
Yes,
you
yes,
enter to book. If there's something wrong when you book, your computer won't tell you that. And you may
yeah,
find out after the fact when it's too late. Your travel agent, with the best of our knowledge, we will prepare you for, things like that. Don't book this airfare because
hmm
you're not going to be able to change it. Book this other airfare which allows changes. So now if you're traveling and you have an airline ticket that allows no changes, and you all of a sudden have to make changes because your child is sick, or your
yeah,
family member just died, or whatever, you have no insurance and you can't change your airfare, you know that I would never do. I mean, even when I
yeah,
book an airfare or ticket for someone, I immediately go to fares that include at least one baggage, because the
yes,
cost of luggage now is ridiculous, and the cost of
it
seats
is.
as well is ridiculous. So if I can get at least one luggage, and luckily at least a seat included in an airfare, that's fairly reasonable. I will suggest
Yeah,
that to you, and I won't even, I mean, I will tell you about the lower fares, but these are the reasons why you don't want the lower fare, and this is the reason why you should be booking the higher fare. And usually,
awesome.
most
That
of the
yeah.
time, they will listen to me, and they will, they will do it.
And they should, and the reason I asked that again, and for you to elaborate on it a little more, is that I'm traveling for work. I just got here in Calgary last night, late, and I dealt with a delayed flight and all that, and I got in here, and then my hotel. So again, dealing online, everything these days is AI chat, right?
Yeah.
I'm speaking to a machine. So I've been staying at a certain hotel when I go here for points and stuff. So I checked on my app. It wasn't registered. So I'm chatting with them and they couldn't answer me until I got to the front desk this morning when I spoke to someone. Then they were able to do it. So it's always better to speak to a person on the other end than just a machine that's trained to answer just specific questions and they only have one response. They can't get into details or can't understand exactly what you need at times, right?
Exactly. They don't get it all the time, no. And then it just leads
Yes.
to more frustration. So I don't know how this AI is working for a lot of people. For
hmm
me personally, it doesn't work that well. I mean, but then again, I've had some great answers and explanations when I Googled, for AI answers. So it depends on what
Yes.
you're looking for as well.
It, it's good in a way, but when you're dealing with an issue, as you mentioned, traveling and then traveling with family and you look in flights, everyone travels. We take time off work and we only have like this amount of 7 days to travel. We got to get home to get to work or kids out of school and all that. You want to speak to someone on the other end that's gonna comfort you or has the answers instead of
Sure.
just going on Google and Googling, oh yeah, you're gonna be fine. And when you get there, it's totally different, right?
Exactly.
And so, Cecile, yes, yeah, reach out to Akeela. Easter's coming up, a trip to let them. I'm sure she's going to reach out to her contacts and arrange a trip. He's saying that for viewers, yeah, just not for Cecile, but anyone interested in an Easter trip to Guyana, especially for let them for the rodeo and a tour over to Brazil. There are a lot of companies you notice now, is that correct? That's popping up in Guyana that offer these tour companies?
Yes, yes. I do notice a lot of that popping up on social media.
Yes.
So, depending on your needs, yeah, I can match you up with something.
Oh, okay, perfect. So yes, guys, if you got any questions, it's coming up to what, 38 minutes after the hour of wherever you might be. And we were speaking to Miss Akeela Hossain. Akeela, I'll get you to go through all your contact info. I didn't get into details with your address, your office name and all that stuff. If you don't mind, can you
Sure.
go ahead and let the viewers know how to get in touch with you?
Sure. So the best way
Okay.
is either just call me, um, or email akila.travel@rogers.com. Or the office email as well is good, Akeela@travelpoint.ca. Either way, I'll see your email. Now, sometimes if you send an email and I don't respond right away, you can always give me a call. I won't be bothered. So, I'm available whenever, and whenever you're ready. And the
Oh,
office, as I said, I am home based. I represent Travelpoint Enterprises. So the best way to reach me is through the emails or my phone number.
okay, folks, you heard that. And thank you so much again, everyone that's on here. That's always every Tuesday night. Remember, it's 7 o'clock Eastern time. Pretty soon we're going to be matching up with the Guyana time once we get into spring. So it'll be 7 o'clock Guyana time too, right? Yeah, yeah. So it'll all match up. And I gotta thank everyone for tuning in and reaching out. I've received a lot of messages on the side. And thank you to professionals like Akeela and others that have been on to help build this page and help spotlight everyone, and everyone is helping out each other, right? You go to the page, you have all the videos. As I said, we have a YouTube channel now. I'll try to upload that, Akila, before I gotta go out for dinner after this. So before I go, it takes 2 minutes. I'll upload it to YouTube, and you guys can follow the YouTube page, and that's what I'm gonna do eventually. As we get in after winter, I'm gonna have a broadcast simultaneously on Facebook and YouTube, because a lot of folks are saying that they don't have Facebook and they'd like to view the shows, and we're gonna put that on YouTube live. Now we're just uploading it after it's done. So really appreciate that. And Akila, is there anything that you want to just let the viewers know that I may didn't ask you or we forgot to talk about earlier?
Let me touch a little bit on service fees because they do
Okay.
exist in my world.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the reason for service fees is that airlines, especially in particular, they stop paying us commissions or compensation. So, and you know, booking a trip can be a lot of work. So a lot of agencies, I'll say all agencies have implemented service fees, and that will depend on what you're booking. But that is only for flights. There are no service fees for all-inclusive packages or tours or things like that. No fees attached. So it's just in regards to airline tickets. So I had
Okay.
to, get that in just to make sure everybody understands. But it's a case by case depending on what you're booking. So feel free to give me a call if you have a flight coming up or whatever that you need to look into, and I'll let you know all the details and fees.
Okay. How far in advance, let's say I'm looking at a trip in November or October, is it ever too early to start looking into and booking, or what would you recommend?
Depends on what you're booking.
Okay.
If it's, yeah, always good to book early
Mm-hmm.
to get the best availability. That's one thing. Some people wait for sales to come up, and that's
Yeah.
another, that could happen where you wait another 1 or 2 months. Like we never know when sales are coming up. They don't tell us.
Okay. Yeah.
So, I mean, we can only advise. I always tell people if you know you want to go and you're happy with the current pricing, go ahead and secure the space. If you're able to wait and possibly having to pay a little bit more, then it's completely up to you. So in the end, it's up to the client, but that's what I would advise.
Okay. Okay. And
And
I'm
also,
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
also if you're booking tours, for example, if you're looking at a river cruise for this year, well, they're already sold out. A lot of them in the spring and the fall, which are, as I said earlier, the cheaper times to travel. We do have some availability in July and August, but of course it's higher price. So, booking those things, people are booking things like cruises and river cruises, especially to Europe. They're booking,
Yep.
years in advance.
Oh, okay. So I'm speaking to you from Calgary. I'm looking out my window, and in the distance, I can see the beautiful Rocky Mountains. Have you had Canadians from Toronto fly out here? Because it's beautiful, this part of the world or the
Yes.
country. I've been
Oh,
here, treat
yes.
Lake Louise and all that, going down up there. It's about an hour
Mhm.
drive from here.
Yeah.
Have you had? Yeah.
I've been to Kananaskis myself years ago.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it's beautiful, beautiful country, and it's really worth exploring. Canada is a beautiful country. I booked honeymoons out west. Clients just
Yeah.
wanted to go see the mountains and so on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, People will do driving trips, and they get me to book their hotel. Yeah, so or actually, there's a company called Rocky Mountaineer. that do
Uh-huh.
train trips. So you could go, for example, you could fly Toronto to Vancouver,
Uh-huh.
spend a night, and then board your Rocky Mountaineer trip, and take that journey to Calgary and stop along the way in Banff and Lake Louise,
Yeah.
wherever, depending on the itineraries. And then you end your trip in Calgary. You can either fly back home straight away or spend another night in Calgary and come home the next day. All depends on what you want to do and how much time you have. And that kind of trip is more popular with the seniors because
Yes.
they have the time, right? And
Mm-hmm.
and the money. But I mean, the train trips across Canada, they're beautiful and they offer spectacular scenery. So it's really
I
worth it,
tell
especially um, for families with young children. It's a great way to get them to see the country that they live in.
Exactly, exploring our own backyard, right? Canada is so beautiful. Because of work, I've had the privilege of seeing everywhere in Canada. And out
You know
west
it.
here, and the weather is beautiful actually this week here. It was plus 12 yesterday. I landed
Mm,
last night plus 10. Today we were out in the airfield. It was plus 10 and sunny. There's no snow on the ground in sight. And it's weird.
right.
And Calgary get these Chinooks, right? Especially in
Yes,
the
yes.
summertime, Banff is beautiful too. I've been up there a few times. We're driving up in a couple days. I'll send you some pictures. I'm driving up there. Hopefully, I get some time on Thursday, go up there for lunch and come back. But I
Yeah.
encourage Canadians to explore Canada.
Well,
It's
I stayed at the when I went, I stayed at the lodge at Kananaskis many years ago, and to me it
okay.
was so amazing and awesome, spectacular for me to open that balcony door and look
Yeah.
up, and all you see is snow-capped mountains. It's the most beautiful thing ever, and they're towering over you.
It's
It's
breathtaking.
amazing.
Driving up
It
there
is.
past Canmore on that highway, I think it's Highway 2. Driving, is it Highway 2 or 6? I can't remember. But driving up there past Canmore, you see the mountains. It look like
Mhm.
clouds, and you realize
Yes.
you're actually driving into the mountains. It's massive.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So yes, guys, you heard everything about travel to Guyana, to the Caribbean, to Canada, to the US. You do Disney trips also, organized to
I do.
Orlando?
I do. I do it all. Um, yeah,
Okay. And Anil, I know you're on. You just went to Orlando. Next time, maybe you go on a Disney trip. Get in touch with Akeela. Anil says he books 8 months ahead because of excitement. Yeah, it never hurts, right? Lock in that
yeah,
time,
no, no.
lock in your dates, and you know you're good to go. You got a flight waiting, you got a destination and hotel room, everything booked. So once again, we're speaking to Miss Akeela. It's coming up already. Wow, 40 minutes before the hour. So thank you so much, Akeela, again
Oh,
for
you're
chatting with
welcome.
me here tonight. And for those of you that are watching, again, follow the page. Go ahead. Akila's video, all the videos will be up forever on the page and on YouTube. So Vanita says, what cruise line do you see more business? What's the best month you recommend for a cruise?
Um, well, it all depends again on what you're looking for.
Mm. And
So,
where, I guess? Which part of the
and
world you
where
want to
you
go?
want to go
Hmm.
exactly. So, I mean, Carnival's got the fun. Carnival, if you're looking for a good time. There's Princess Cruises, Royal Caribbean. It all depends on the itinerary and your dates and so on. And certain cruises don't run as often. Say in the hurricane season. So
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah. So low shoulder season, which is low season, or winter. Um, January, February, down south, and then of course in Europe it's summer,
Uh-huh.
which would be more popular.
Oh, okay. And once again, it's Miss Akeela Hussein from she's a travel agent, home base. She's out of Travelpoint Enterprises Inc., located in Stouffville branch. From the Stouffville branch, that's just minutes away from Toronto. That address is 6333 Main Street in Stouffville, Ontario. Phone number, that's her phone number, 416-274-5285. Her email, her direct email, it's akeela.travel@rogers.com. Both that information is on screen. Reach out to Akeela again. 416-274-5285. Her personal email is akeela.travel@rogers.com. Her work email, akeela@travelpoint.ca. And she's been doing this for 40 plus years, so she knows what she's talking about. And she's done it for so many folks and happy customers. So if you're looking to book a trip, it doesn't matter if it's as Akeela mentioned, it's a girl's trip, a guy's trip out golfing, a family trip, or you just want to get away. You got a week coming up and you want to know where to go, reach out to Akeela. She'll recommend a place. And these professionals, travel consultants, as Akeela mentioned earlier, she's seen a few of these locations, quite a few of them. She's experienced it firsthand, so she knows what she's talking about. It's not just Google images you're seeing. She'll let you know. And if you have specific, you need specific details or information, she'll provide that for you. And with her being there in the past, I think that's very helpful to customers when they're looking to book trips like that in the future. So, Akeela, again, is there anything you'd like to mention before we say goodbye?
No, not well. I'll say I am available. To anyone. I'm here
Yes.
to help. If you need, if you're trying to plan a trip yourself and you find that you're running into roadblocks, give me a call. I'll help you along the way. Hopefully, be able to do the booking for you. Don't rely so much on the internet. Know that we as travel agents, we put in a lot of time and effort into our work. We educate ourselves constantly. Um, we're Tour operators and suppliers invest in us. They like I said, they take us on these trips, but I mean,
Yep.
not to lollygag and lay on the beach all the time. When we go on these
Yep.
trips, these familiarization trips, we hardly have time to relax. We might get maybe a few hours one afternoon to relax. We're always on the go. Some trips we're seeing maybe 10, 12, 15 hotels in a day.
Oh, wow.
It's true. A quick lunch here and then we're off again. But anyhow, it's an education that we have that and we do it all for our clients to help you. So please use my knowledge. Um, I've done a lot in my 42 years that I want to share with clients or potential clients.
Yep.
So please don't hesitate to call me anytime. I'll be happy to help.
Okay. Thank you so much, Akeela. Thank you, folks, for
Thank you.
viewing. And Akeela, thanks again. As I said, this is not just going to be a one-off conversation. We're going to have you on another night if that's okay with you in the
Great.
future.
Perfect. Yeah.
And so thanks again, Akeela. Remember, it's Akeela Hossain from, she's a senior travel consultant from Travelpoint. Her direct email, akeela.travel@rogers.com. Her cell phone number, you can reach her directly. It's 416-274-5285. And that's Miss Akeela Hossain, just outside of Toronto, catering to all your travel needs and requests. As she said, if you're booking online, you encounter any issues, reach out to her. She'll gladly assist you. And please, let's support our own. And Akeela, thanks so much. Keep up the great work and have
Thank
yourself a
you,
great
Wazim.
night.
You too.
Okay?
Thanks. Good night,
All right, take,
everyone. Thank you.
okay, okay, bye,
Bye.
Akeela.
Bye.
All right, guys, that was Miss Akeela from Travel Point. Thank you so much again, Akeela, and thank you guys for viewing the live. Next week, I'm still on the road with work, so I'll be in Houston, Texas. I'll be speaking to Mr. Sunil Haricharan from Island Mix Restaurant in Toronto. He's got a location on Brock Road in Pickering and a second location in Oshawa. So I'll be talking to Sunil and getting some info on his restaurant and the business and the community and all that. So thanks again. It's Guyanese Owned Businesses. Goodbye for now. Until next Tuesday, same time, same place. I'll see you then. Take care, guys. Have a good night.